What is going on, everyone? Welcome back on BlockGems. So today we're going to discuss the general market sentiment in the NFT space, and we're going to do that through the lenses of data. We're going to look at a few charts and we're going to use data analytics. So guys, if you like to look at the NFT space through the lenses of data analytics, this is definitely the channel for you. You should definitely subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. So one more thing before we jump into the content, I've prepared for you a downloadable PDF where I explain my thesis for 2022 about where the most value is going to accrue in the NFT space, some strategies, some potential plays that you can make, and you can download this in the Discord community, which you can find a link to in the description down below. So I hope you will enjoy the content. It is a ton of value and it's absolutely for free. Now, without further ado, let's jump right in. So I wanted to discuss this chart here that you guys know I really like, because this chart here displays the volume on a daily basis. So every single bar is 1 day, and it shows volume for the last 6 months. Now from this chart here, what we can see is that in July and August this year, we saw a tremendous run up when it comes to volumes. Basically, we had a hot summer in the NFT space. And then after that moment, after that peak in late August, we went down. And so much less attention was moving toward the space. Much less money was flowing around. This is exactly what volumes depict and what volumes display here. And the pit of desperation arrived in November. Okay, so in mid-November we saw the least amount of volumes on OpenSea, on Rarible, everywhere basically. Now after that moment, we started to slowly picking back up, and we have been on an uptrend when it comes to volume. As you can see, there are higher highs here, and this is much more consolidated and much slower than what happened of this huge run up that we saw back in August this year. So this seems to be at times to be helpful. This seems to be a strong trend, and it seems that the bullish sentiment has it. Now, the reason why I'm talking about volumes and not talking about prices is because I think that the volume metrics is super important in the NFT space. Generally, people talk only about floor prices and average prices, but the volumes, the amount of money that it's flowing through the space is really important, because it's a proxy for attention. It's a proxy for how many people are looking, how many people are interested in the space in general. And typically when people move their eyes away, where people are not interested in a space anymore, is when also money flows out of the space. So another interesting metric is the amount of sales. Similarly to the volumes, we saw a tremendous uptrend into summer and into September, and we had the strong downtrend in November. Now December went very well. There was already a bounce, and January is starting off on a almost extreme pace in terms of how many sales are occurring. So something to keep in mind. Now, when it comes to the ranking, if we take a look at what is going on in the blue chips, it's a complete green wave. Like there's so much green going on everywhere, especially on larger time frames, and especially the blue chips have seen a tremendous amount of price appreciation. We talked, for instance, about the mutant apes so often on this channel. We said that we were bullish about it. We said this into the Discord community multiple times, where we were at around 6 ether. And one of the reasons why we were bullish about the mutants was purely data driven and not meme or narrative driven. Why? Because if we go and check on this chart here, which tells you the top 10 projects in terms of volume per week, what we see here for each bar is basically which projects made it to the top 10 projects for that given week in terms of the top projects in terms of volume, right? So basically, if a project is moving a lot of money around and is in the top 10 projects around this metric, it becomes one of these entries in this bar. And we see that this orange block is the Mutant Ape Yacht Club. And orange always represents mutant apes, at least in this chart. And you can see that it's almost always featured. One other entry was the Bored Apes. And so we said Bored Apes are always there, are always attracting a lot of attention, because at the end of the day, this is what it's all about. They're all attracting a lot of attention, the Bored Apes and the Mutant Apes, but many others come in and out. They don't move so much money so consistently, but these two collections move so much money so consistently, which is why we said multiple times that the Mutant Apes are undervalued. Were undervalued actually. Right now, in fact, I wouldn't say that anymore. This doesn't mean that they cannot keep on climbing up, but what it means is that, in my opinion, this is not the best moment to enter on a trade when it comes to the Mutant Apes, to buy a position. Now, why do I say that? First of all, none of this is investment advice. I'm just sharing with you what I think based on the data that I look at. But the reason why I'm sharing this point of view and I'm telling you this, in my opinion, is a suboptimal approach right now to enter on a position like that, is because this collection here, but also this collection here, and in general the blue chips, especially the blue chips in the PFP space, in the avatar space, all these projects, all these blue chip projects have seen already a tremendous amount of price appreciation. This in turn means that you're taking a lot of risk for this trade, because so many people got rich very quickly and they can exit and make a lot of money. So if you're entering on a trade right now, you're taking a lot of risk, because as much as this is one of the most solid collections out there, the Mutant Apes as well as the Bored Apes are still collections in the NFT space, which is a super risky space where stuff can go to zero. The fact that the mutants will go to zero is a non-zero probability. It's very unlikely, but it's still a possibility. So entering, spending 16 Ether right now, in my opinion, is a very risky bet, despite the fact that it could still go up in value. So what is a more rational approach, at least in my opinion? Now, there are many other collections that were semi blue chip back last summer. Now, these collections somehow have lost their charm, right? I've been going a little bit out of fashion, but maybe they still have some aces up their sleeves, right? Maybe they are cooking something that is special, that is original, and they can deliver that in the next months. But most importantly, they haven't pumped yet, and people that have been staring at their screens right now because they've seen all this appreciation here, and they have been priced out of these collections because they cannot afford anymore 16 Ether. Even if they wanted to, they cannot buy this. What they will do is that they will flow toward other collection more down the line. Also, of course, they will not be able to buy, for instance, the Cool Cats, which also saw a tremendous amount of appreciation. But maybe there are other collections, the Lazy Lions, the Pudgy Penguins, other collections that were very cool this summer when they came out. And maybe people would say, okay, let me look at this. Maybe they have something special that they want to produce right now. And if that is the case, and this is a research that I will be doing, that you should be doing too, go into the Discord, look if there are red flags coming up, looking if there is anything weird, or if the team has abandoned the project, or if nothing original is coming up. Look at all these things, especially look if something original is coming out right now. And once you identify these narratives that are right there to explode, you could find a good investment opportunity. So this is one strategy. Another strategy is to move on a completely different type of NFT category, and is to start looking at layer 2 NFTs, especially in play to earn narratives and play to earn environment. And this is because this space, the NFT space at large, is starved for low transaction fees that unfortunately are not happening on Ethereum mainnet. So one way to achieve these low transactions fees is to start creating projects directly on layer 2, and many projects on layer 2 are NFT projects. So an idea could be to start looking into these new narratives that are forming on layer 2 directly for projects that are play to earn, that are a mix between, for instance, DeFi and play to earn. And this is something that I'm going to investigate, and I already did investigate a little bit, but I'm going to investigate further as we head further and further into 2022. Also, some of this content that I have highlighted right now is described into the NFT outlook, into the NFT thesis for 2022. So you can find this kind of material there and more detailed plays and more detailed strategies. Guys, if you enjoy this kind of content, please remember to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and if it helped you to do your own research, I thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.